Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening once again to you all, and welcome to Invest 20. Welcome to 52 edition of Invest Data Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. Yes, the market in recent time has not been too attractive, especially globally, but locally we're seeing a bull and a strong market. But the market generally is still very, very dicey as the commodity market is also influencing every other asset class to speak globally. But down here, we're seeing that the companies that are listed on the exchange are posting strong numbers. I can see that the way it's playing out to influence decisions down here. And we have seen also fund entering the market on a strong note. It tells you that investors are really looking for a safe haven at this hour so that they can protect their capital. I always say that capital is key. And that note, I would say don't invest in equity markets, don't invest in crypto space, don't invest in forex without using your stop loss, and also knowing your what having your goal to guide you. Exactly as I already said, have your entry and exit strategy, your profit target. Yes, as the global market is still on that oscillating mode in the midst of volatility that is ongoing. We know that volatility has its own benefit, has its own also disadvantage. But in these two situations, every trader in the international market are being careful and also looking for where they can put their money forward to preserve their capital and at the same time make profit. I tell you that in any market that is condition, the what we call circular flow of funds, and also investors in these different class of in these different investment windows also want to maximize the opportunity they are seeing the situation to also to make money. That means everyone is looking at how they can take advantage of whatever that's happening around them. That is why the technical traders or the TAs they want to probably look at what will form an uptrend and what will form a downtrend so that they can take action before the move takes on. And that is why you also are in this class this afternoon to also know how to take advantage of the market by combining your technical and your fundamental effectively to make what informed decision. And that is all about in a Investdata Academy, Training Academy. You want at the end of each class, you go back to your portfolio, you see that you have taken another decision that has advanced your course in terms of that has also advanced your profitability level so that at the end of the day you become a better trader or investor because it is hard if you have your hard earned money that you need to also protect. You can't leave your money to freeze away from the market. That's why I say at any given time, whether in up direction, market is pulling back, or whether it's a side trending, any trend market is any stock market, you have to know how to use your stop loss and take away emotion totally from every your decision you are taking because that is the only way to so preserve your capital. As I said, don't forget that as we speak, the oscillation in oil price continue. That yesterday, the oil price touched as low as almost 101 dollar start yesterday, but this as we speak now, it has also gone up. Now it's oscillating around the 105.7 cents at this hour. It tells you that the market, the commodity market, is also influencing every other market because what is happening in a commodity market is also affecting the other economy, in a positive and negative way, depending where you are and the sector where you are positioned. On that note, we need to also know that this what we call a sectoral rotation will continue as far as we are seeing inflation keeping up in the up direction, and the central banks of the world are still looking on to hike their rate, even they are increasing it from either 25%, 25 points to 50 points. It tells you that they really want to make sure that inflation is still. Is what they want to do? That means they're also looking at where to also improve the economic situation so that what is happening in Ukraine and Russia will not lead toward global recession. That is why you see all about I tell you that peculiar to your climate, your environment where you are, there are some of them that also have not jack rate, leaving their rate flat just because they are watching. Because there is a way, you look inward and see what is peculiar with your environment. You don't know what to do at that particular time. But in all opportunity for us to make money in the market. That is why we continue to guide investors on this platform on what to do. Back home here, I will tell you that we are seeing influx of impressive earnings to the market. and that has also sustained the market. Like what I wrote this morning, that once market break out for 48,700 up, that will usher a new uptrend. But at the close of trade yesterday, the market is still like on the distribution stage, because we saw profit taking activities that hit the market on Tuesday and also on Wednesday, which is yesterday. But this morning, market is already in green. That's moved up to almost be above that 8,700 this morning before pulling back again. It has tested it. Once we break it out, there's another rally, and I believe that that rally will come or will go because of one, the high cap stocks that are controlling the market. They've not moved. If you see this morning, we saw the result that came from Seplat. Very impressive result. Despite that it was missed. But I'll tell you when we enter numbers, I'll tell you why that number was missed. But it's a good one. Also, we're looking forward to see Excel result in come May 11. That was slated for to give the result, and also they are coming with a dividend that will also move the price. And also don't forget that today is also the payment day for Access Bank and that of MTN. I believe that Access Bank also MTN will release their Q1 results today before the business close today. That also, all these will change the face of the market, and that means market touching on 49,000 mark is, for me, is just by the corner, and that will happen in the month of May. And also don't expect that most of those high capital that are yet to mark down their dividend, their price for dividend, also do that in May. And towards then, activities towards those companies that will also support the market. I believe that also the liquidity flow, looking for where to hedge against inflation, we'll see some of these equities where they can take position because of what the earning strength of these companies, their earning capacity, their earning powers, where it's going, that will go to impact on this company. That's why I said, as a good trader or investor, you use your fundamental to select your watch list, and also you look at the technical to know the right price to buy, so that you stay ahead of the market. That is the way to go at any given time, in the market. But because we have a lot of numbers to look at this morning as they're hitting the market, we want to discuss few of them that are already in the market, so that we know how to position on the strength of this number before we go to our live chart. And we'll see activities of this company even during the live chart, so that you understand how to marry your live chart with what, with fundamental and with technicals. You see, as I said, always trade the charts, where your candlestick. News will be reflected on the candlestick, reflected on your chart. Once you know exactly how to trade news, using a chart, I'm telling you, you will be at the saving side, and also at the same time, you will be ahead of the market. That is the good thing when it comes to charting, or when it comes to trading. In stock, especially day traders like as we are doing, and those that want to look at today's trade, and also those that are weekly traders. These are the people that I know that will benefit on this charting on every day. Weekly traders and day traders, to know position of stock where you are, whether you should hold or sell. That's why I always give you opportunity to tell you when a stock is is set for you to sell. Like I mentioned that this week now, when I said it's the time for you to exit Wando, so what happened? It's time for you to exit Montana, or see what so what happened. That is how to, so that you won't be carried away with market direction. Let your technicals guide you. You know exactly when to exit, when the option is high. But when the market, that is where you can make money. Not when everybody is selling, they try to come down. No, you should know exactly. That is why your stop loss, your resistance and support level, and others will also guide you when you are taking action, because you know exactly when the stock break out a strong resistance level with a good volume, what you should do. One is also getting to another top, another resistance. It's forming a top line, top chart, trying to form a double top. You know what to do, or triple top. You know what to do. These are how to trade, so that you won't be just say, yeah, I enter, I have not made money. No, only that nobody has 100% control of the market. But if you have tools that are guiding you, I will tell you, your losses will be reduced, your mistakes also will be less, so that at the end of the day, you stay ahead of the market. Once you're able to achieve that, you are good to go. Like this morning, we have numbers to discuss. I want to look at them now, and these numbers also going to guide us. I call them market, we call it the market earnings news, or market, you don't even want to call it. But as we speak now, the stock of Women Bank has been adjusted for 24 kobo dividend today. And also, I mentioned earlier that today the payment day for MTN and Access Bank. These two companies are already having their AGM, where to be approved, and payment will also go straight today. And this is also another way of providing fund for the market. Also, we saw notification for a sell position in some in UCAP from one of the directors. Very small unit, about 50,000 units. also saw notification from other companies that want to release the results. But the ones I'm going to discuss now are the ones that result hit the market this morning. I will start with Access. Yes, Access result was fantastic. I will tell you this is a number that market is looking forward. Yes, you might say that, oh, the bottom line is not up as much as the top line, but I tell you that top line move tells you that the company is going somewhere. I said it last year that this is a company that is almost approaching about 1 trillion gross earnings. For the first bank to hit that, that is a good thing for the bank. From what we are seeing now already, we are seeing almost 300 and something. For me, I think that 1 trillion this year for assets is very, very easy. From what I'm seeing, their first performance for the year, this is the first quarter, they already hitting about 322.88 billion. At the first quarter, it's a good one. I mean, the possibility of them hitting 1 trillion this year is very, very possible. Very, very possible for me. And that's why you should know what to do with Access Bank. Yes, you might see a little delay. I tell you earlier that Access Bank is a bank that has two faces, a value stock and also a growth stock. And you know how to, when you are doing you are investing in a value company, a value company, you know what, when you are investing in a growth stock, you know what it means. That's why since they have these two faces, we also tell you that what to do with this stock. I will tell you that every of my clients, that no matter what it is, have access and some other banks in your portfolio because they are going somewhere, with their performance and also with their branching out and coming out also as a holding company. It's also a better thing for shareholders of the company if the performance we are seeing is sustained in this group level. That is yes, assets gross earning move from 216.81 billion to 322.88 billion, representing 48.98% up. Also, PAT in that direction, yes, I said it was marginal because it was below 10%, moved from 52.55 billion to 57.40 billion, which is for me, it's okay, it's a good sign. And also, their EPS moved from 1 naira 48 kobo to 1 naira 69 kobo. That is 1 naira 70 kobo. Yes, their profit margin, as I is very, very important, but there's a decline here from 24.2% to 17.8% for Q1. Yes, it's a decline, but so that they can do better, you can see because of also activities of acquisition, all those ones, you can see it eating into their body. It's a good one since it's above 15 percent in terms of profit margin. It's okay, 10% is okay. It's okay, but I will tell you that on this strength of their EPS of 1 naira 70 kobo or 1 naira 69 kobo, can be projecting that this company full year can also touch as high as 7 naira or 704 for the full year 2022. If that's achieved, you can see the kind of dividend will come out from that. Yes, also I say that they're a growth company and a value company. When you see a growth company, you don't expect much dividend from a growth company. Why a value company, you expect dividend that is commensurate to their age and to the any they're doing. But let's see how they're going to play out as now they're becoming what a group a conglomerate company in terms of holding a structure that is good for assets. Another one to look at here is Steplat. Steplat, yes, result. Well, I'll tell you this result is good, but there's what we call I call it a misnomer in the sense that they will see a good change in terms of their bottom line, their top line move almost getting to 97% up because they move from their gross their revenue move from 57.93 billion to 100.662 billion for first quarter, which is good. For PAT, we saw a decline in PAT from 9.45 billion to 8.29 billion. And if you look at factors considering the huge sales they made or revenue they had about from 100 and something billion to you see the because of the capacity and also the capital intensity of this industry. Not only that, there was a huge growth in their tax for the period, from almost around from 3 to almost 23 billion in the space. That really put down the profit after tax for Steplat for this period. Also, that also affected the EPS from 23.3 to 11.8 for the first quarter, and also the same thing affected also the profit margin. But on that note, despite all this, the company also directors not ahead to announce their interim dividend of 2.5%, as the interim dividend for the first quarter ended 31st, and the closure date is slated for May 30th, 2022. That means no. But the good thing is, if you look at this number, is that if you go back and look at the company operating cash flow within this period, you can see that the operating cash flow is looking up. Yeah, that's why we saw a marginal decline in the PAT. But the operating cash flow, that something also happening. I mean, subsequently, we expect to see a better number. Let's take as if that this one is a result of tax, but we're seeing that their cash flow has improved from about 1.7 billion to in 2021 to about 74.4 billion in 2022 in Q1. It's a good one for us to look at, when you're looking at such numbers. For me, it's a good start for the company for the new financial year. Also coming with a interim dividend of 2.5%. It's also a good one for me to say, yes, investor in that space can still also look at and also hold their position. The next one there is a custodian investment. This result is powerful, very, very interesting. I'll say you can see that, also it's a computer because they are into insurance and pension, they have other things they are doing. But that's why it's called a custodian investment. For me, it's a good one. Their revenue or gross earnings, to call it, move from 19.31 billion to 23.38 billion, representing 21 or 22%. Let's put it that way. While the PAT also moved in that positive direction powerfully from 1.33 billion to 2.19 billion. Meaning that they grew their bottom line or profit level with a 64.7% for the period. In that direction, EPS was up from 24 kobo to 35 kobo. Their profit margin, yes, is still marginally below the 10% or 15 that always were for 10 for now, because it moved from 6.89% to 9.37%. But for me, it's a good one. On the strength of this, EPS for Q1, you can project that you expect nothing less than around the 1 naira 40 to 150 from there for full year. That will also support the price and also the payout going into the future. Next is Capri. Capri result for me is sweet, but only that one is not Capri results are not be consistent, and also one cannot trust Capri with this result. It's a first quarter result that is just coming, but because Capri earnings on quarterly basis fluctuate up and down, for that you can't point this the quarter they make good sales or not. Now that it's a kind of, I call them mono product line company. Their product line is just few, and if things start hitting the economy, what is the position of this company? But this earnings for Q1 is a good one coming from Capri. Capri, top line was up from 8.92 billion to 12.79 billion, representing 43% up. I would say that first quarter results are coming are very, very up. They are looking good and attractive, looking sweet, but we have to also be very careful. Then PAT of Capri moved from 241.58 million to 1.54 billion. That tells you that this is very, very good. They are now in billion from that is about represents about 538% up. It's a good one for Capri, but will they sustain this? That is another thing for Capri. And if they sustain it, that will be good. But knowing the setup where they operate and one of their product line, one has to be very careful with such company. EPS moved from 13 kobo to 82 kobo. Powerful. And their profit margin moved from 2.69% to 12.04. Good one for Capri, but we have to watch very well if this number is sustained. That would be very nice. If it is sustained going into the year. Followed by ICO. ICO result is also good. It's also good. And see ICO result review a good position for ICO. Their gross premium moved from 19.4 billion to 24.42 billion, representing 26% up. Also in that direction, PAT or profit after tax, or what we call bottom line, also was up from 1.37 billion to 4.38 billion, representing about 220% up. Massive. Then their EPS moved from from 9 kobo to 12 kobo. From 9 kobo to 12 kobo for the up movement in terms of what? In terms of their EPS. Why is it that the EPS was not moved in this direction with their PAT? Because of what? A large share initially because of their continuous bonus that also watered their EPS. With the number improvement in PAT, you can see that it was just not much from 9 kobo to 12 kobo, because to show the impact of that enlarged share. Also, we are seeing that their profit margin was up, moved from 7.06 to 17.94. Good one for this company. It's a very good one. I would say kudos to ICO, but let's also watch the price selling below 1 naira. It become attractive with this earnings. Then also CAP or CAP chemical aligned products. Their Q1 number is also outstanding. The top line was up by 119%, moved from 2.12 billion to 4.66 billion, and PAT also moved from 203.39 million to 531.52 million, representing 161% up. Also in that direction, EPS was up from 29 kobo to 69 kobo. Tells you that this company, at the end of the day, expecting about 2 naira 50 kobo above from the company performance if this number is sustained. Also in that direction, their profit margin moved from 9.42% to 11.37%. GSK is not left behind. But see that GSK has turned from a negative position to a positive position. Their top line was up. Their top line, their turnover of sales revenue was up from 3.46 billion to 7.36 billion. Up. Tells you this is a good number. Why their profit after tax moved from, it was a loss position in 2021. Now in 2022, they have moved from negative 238.1 million to 194.7 million positive. Kudos, good one. Their EPS moved from negative 20 kobo to 16 kobo as we speak now. That is also good for GSK. Then Bega Paint is not left behind. Like I said, the numbers that are in the market are really attractive number. Bega Paint also doubled effort to move from their top line, moved from 1.19 billion to 1.65 billion, representing 39% up. Profit after tax was up by 102 from 44.98 million to 91.02 million. That is very good for this company. EPS moved from 16 kobo to 31 kobo, while profit margin shows that this company has become more efficient and more effective in managing their resources. It moved from 36.97 to 55.15. For me, it's a good thing for Beja Paint. It shows that they have become more efficient. It's a good one. This is among the top most efficient company in terms of profit margins for these two numbers, for Q1 numbers so far released to the market. This is a good one, 55. That means in every 1 naira, they are retaining about almost 55 kobo as profit. It's a good one for Beja Paint. The last 1 year, we look at Maya. Maya, you can see that Maya price just overnight has rallied from below 50 kobo to where it is today. But we are going to see, look at the numbers that came from Maya for first quarter 2022. You can see that the top line moved from 233.47 million to 341.8 million, representing 53% up, while PAT dropped marginally, from 5.68 million to 4.82 million, representing 15.14% down. And also the EPS remained 1 kobo all through, and this is stock that is selling above 2 naira to speak now. Have to also think twice. Their profit margin dropped from 2.54 to 1.41. Yes, you can see that. Yes, you can see that there's activities here because we saw that the top line was up, but you have to be very careful. That 1 naira, 1 kobo dividend EPS support. So that selling moves above 2 naira for the year. If you want to project this, for the year, highest you can expect like 6 kobo from it. But so that is selling for what? For 2 naira, above 2 naira to speak now. That means if you are in that kind of position, you have to also think twice and know what to do. So that if you make profit, nothing stops you from thinking about it, but keep your eyes on this stock. Yes, quick one before our time is, well, let's look at the state of the market as we speak. I've said earlier that the market is in green. It opened strong this morning, touched as high as 48,702 this morning before pulling back to where it was still in green. Says that the market is still very strong this morning compared to what we saw on Tuesday and yesterday being the midweek. But speak now, market is we're having a positive market breadth. We're having 18 advancers and 13 decliners. Among the top decliners at this hour are one is a Champion Brewery, Presco, and Cresco and Wapik. Also, we're seeing Nimet and also Wako, Nimet and the FTN Coco. So are the top users as to speak now. Why the gainers are, are led by Aiko, leading the advanced table, followed by Cabre, CAP, Chemical and Allied Products, Academic Press, and the Maya. These are the top. Others gainers there are GTB, GT Code, DSK, Julius Vega, and the PZ. These are also among the gainers as to speak. But don't forget that we'll look at the top trades in volume because volume is very important when it comes to equity investment. As to speak now, FCMB is topping the volume, followed by Transcorp, ICO, and Abebe Building, and UBA. These are the top ones at this hour. But because of our time, we'll look at few of these chart of these stocks before we close for the day. I want us to look at what is happening in ICO. Let's look at what is happening in CAP and what is the chart telling us. We are seeing number. Also look at what chart telling us in Presco. Presco that was up. What is happening? Is it a good time to also jump in? Now that we saw a pullback, the stock that is going up. What is the opportunity in Presco? Want to look at that one if time permits us. Then quick one again. Look at also Nimet and the WAPCO. These are the ones we're looking. We're looking at FCMB. Look at FCMB. Let's see the one time permit us. Let's quickly go to the chart to know what chart is saying. Yes, if you look at the market, I've just paraphrased what is happening, but you can look at the chart to give us more insight. To speak now, you can see that the market is still in green, looking up. You can see that the market, you can see this arrow here, you can see the big arrow here that shows that market was up here. Let's quickly make it so that you can see the movement before now in the market so that you can understand what I'm saying. Let's take it from here to this place. See it here, you can see it here, you can see this where the market have crossed almost 48,702 before coming down again to the main floor. You can see if you look at here, market is like side trending from here to here now. This you can see just on the side, but after it has gone up, gone down, it has done it like 3 times now. Got the previous on Monday or Tuesday up here, the same thing, the same pattern, and this is what a reversal pattern. I'll tell you a weak pattern also. If you look at volume, you can see that volume is coming out in this regard. Now you can see at this hour, you can see volume in it. It tells you what is happening here. Let's quickly other tools for analysis so that we can look at all this together at this hour and know where the market is going. Okay, let's make it snappy so that we can look at 2 or 3 stocks again before we call it a day. Money flow and yeah, this has to change to okay. Yes, can see that as we speak at this the T line, the trigger line, can see that the market is strong above it. You can see the distance is wide, becoming wide here. Good, but this the market is trending as we speak now, still above the T line, trading above 20 days and 50 days moving average. For me, it's a good one. MACD is still positive, and money flow is still looking up above 80, 80 is now. So yesterday it has dropped to 80, but now market you can see it also up at this moment. It's a good one. Let's look at 1 hour chart for the market to see exactly. Yeah, even at 1 hour chart, you can see that the market is likely on top of the T line here. You can see this red, but on a our chart, market is looking not too good. You can see that red here, market is not looking good. But you can see that also MACD is still bearish, but the money flow is also on a sideways movement above 70, which is not one. Quick one, let's look at what is happening in Presco, then look at Presco, then look at other ones before our time is fast spent. Let's look at Presco. Look at Presco. This is happening there this morning. Yeah, the good thing is that on you can see here, the movement, you can see it's still above the T line on 1 hour chart. It's strong for money flow, still looking up here, and MACD is still very strong on our chart. Let's look at the Presco on the daily chart. I will tell you, fine. Yes, you can see the red position here, but still far on the T line. Tell you that there's something working for this stock. The uptrend is still very strong. or profit taking is also part of the market. And also, you don't forget here, you can see that the blue line is trying to cross the T line, the red line from down. Once that will confirm a push, you can see that money flow is still very strong. To read almost 85 something points. For me, yes, that's why they go back. This is why it's an opportunity for smart investors to look at, but it's still strong above the T line. We're seeing MACD turning positive, to become bullish already. You can see it here crossing, and the money flow is also positive for 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 this stock. I'm doing the 1 hour chart now. Yeah, let's look at another one, quick one. We can do two before our time is fast spent. We'll continue tomorrow. Let's quickly look at what is happening in CAP. When I mean CAP, CAP. That's what I want to CAP. That's what's happening in CAP. What is happening in CAP? Let's see what is happening in CAP. Quickly know. Yes, you can see here. You can see, this is a 1 hour chart. Still strong that the candlestick is still up above the T line, and we are seeing volume coming out from that stock. The bullish strong, and fund is also entering the stock on a daily chart. On a hour chart, on a day chart, you can see strong volume. That one we are seeing here is above the average traded volume on this stock. You can see there, it's always showing there. Money flow is positive. Why your MACD is, you can see, is that the what call histogram line is also coming bullish. You can see from here up here. Yeah, you can see the importance of charts to tell you what is happening. If you're in this kind of stock, put your position, but everything is intact. Then we can quickly look at WAPCO before we call it a day. Then if there's time for me to tomorrow, we can look at others. Let's look at WAPCO first. At this hour, what is happening to WAPCO as we speak now in the market. Let's see what is happening to WAPCO, Lafarge Africa. Let's see the technical position. What the chart saying on this stock? Yes, this formation here on a stock that is trending up is not a good formation, and it's already red. For me, it's also a bearish sign, but here still above the T line on a day chart. But MACD is still strong. While money flows moving that slightly. But let's watch. But profit taking is expected. I'm not surprised. But it's a stock that remains undervalued even at this price. That if you are thinking long or medium, you can also look the way of the stock and see that the stock is still looking good at this point. Let's quickly look at the 1 hour chart before we draw the curtain for today. Then we'll continue from tomorrow by God grace. On the 1 hour chart, I will tell you that the stock is just resting on the T line that not broken down. The T line is still very no flat here. Let's see what will happen. I told you that on a daily chart, it's not looking too attractive. But they was already seeing a bearish sign on the stock, and I tell you that as a result of profit taking, which is expected after the stock rally, you can see that remain above the T line all this while, and the formation here does not support an uptrend. You can see that start trading for this wall here. Let's see what happens at the end of the day. And money flow is already looking at that profit taking is already in the stock. People are trying to sell now, WAPCO as we speak now. Yes, I will say thank you all for this joining us. Sorry for yesterday, and I'm not for training yesterday. In the process, I don't know what happened to the laptop, and it just went off. Sorry for that, and I know we'll make it up for you. Yes, we look forward to see you. If you don't have question there to ask here, you can join us on Saturday for our Q&A session. Then also, whenever we share the link for this class, I'll tell you, as many that your family member, your colleague in the office that are free, share with them so that they can also join. If you have any question, also can go to our social media platform and ask for question. They will be answered readily to give to you by my team. For that, we look forward to see you tomorrow. Say enjoy the rest of your trading session for today. See you tomorrow. Have a great trading session.